of selfless behavior that, you know, show and are a testament to who he is as a leader and what he does for this group on and off the ice. So, you know, he's a driver for us day in and day out, a guy that we're lucky to have in that driver's seat. And, you know, he's just a passionate human being that's a competitor. And, you know, it's been great to see him take an offensive step this year and be able to provide an impact in that way as well.
1 for 7 last night on the power play. 5 of those chances without Teddy, who's your leading power play scorer. How does missing someone like that from a unit affect the way it can work and kind of the connectedness throughout the game?
Yeah, it's difficult. At the end of the day, like, guys need to be able to go in and execute and get the job done when their name's called. But on the power play specifically, it is a challenge because, you know, connectivity and predictability are key components to a power play. So losing a guy mid-game like that, it's definitely a challenge. I thought overall the power play had opportunities. I think, you know, credit to Sioux Falls. Their PK was tremendous. They did a really good job at taking away a lot of our looks, and their goaltender was stellar in that moment. But you know, it doesn't mean that we didn't get opportunities or you know, have a chance to put the puck in the back of the net. It just one of those nights. It just wasn't going in for us, and you know, those are going to happen.
Here in Middleton today, we always discuss this, but it's a hard place to come play this ice sheet. What are the keys for managing the smaller ice and kind of the choppy play?
Yeah, I think our guys are aware. You know, that obviously it's not our first game here. We understand kind of what's required in the sheet. You know, smart puck decisions, playing the right way, making sure that we're locked in when we do turn that puck over. And you know, it's a tight rink, so transition happens quick. You know, for us, it's just making sure that we're locked in without the puck, and when we do have it, we're making the right decisions.
Early start today, last Sunday, early start. Team struggled in that game. How can you play better today with the early game?
Yeah, I think keeping the guys focused. Like we put together, you know, a pretty solid weekend of hockey overall. I think for us, it's just making sure that we're focused on the right things. Like maybe we don't have 100% fuel in the tank, but being efficient with our line changes and utilizing the energy that we do have so that we can play our brand of hockey is going to be critical for us tonight.
Thank you, Evan. We'll be right back in Middleton.
Welcome to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network. Tonight, the Saints hit the ice as they chase a Clark Cup championship.
Michael Barron on the penalty shot, left to right. Just over 5 left in the first, down 1-0. He'll shift in to the slot, fires, he scores! He goes under the blocker, and the Saints tie the game on the penalty shot by Michael Barron.
Now it's time for Dubuque Fighting Saints hockey. Here's Josh Starr.
From the Bob Suter Legacy 20 Arena in Middleton, Wisconsin. Time for the national anthem. We are set for hockey here in Middleton. It's the Dubuque Fighting Saints visiting the Madison Capitals. Fighting Saints enter in third place in the Eastern Conference, 25-11-2-0, 52 points. The Madison Capitals 20-14-0-3, 43 points, sixth in the Eastern Conference. This is the fourth meeting of the season between these two teams. The Saints have took 2 of the first 3 and split the 2 matchups here in Wisconsin. Saints in this opening frame, left to right in their white sweaters in front of Wojtek Humbalek, who won on Friday night, had the night off yesterday in the Saints' loss. In between the pipes for Madison is Brady Cry, not Caleb Heil. It's his 7th game, 2-3, 3.98, 8.49. And we are ready to go in just a few seconds here in Wisconsin. Fighting Saints and capped one of 2 USHL games on the schedule this afternoon. Saints on the road trying to earn a 26th win of the season. Teddy Merrill will start things off for the Saints. It's his 150th career game. He'll take the draw against Sam Capel. Ready to go. The puck is down. We're underway in Middleton. Saints win and roll in deep to the right. Josephson Westling stood up on the half wall. The Saints go back to center and dump back along in their own end. It's Pitsley all alone. The shot, left pad, stop, rebound, goes wide. And Humbalek makes a huge save in the first 15 seconds. That puck bounced right to Caleb Pitsley, the Saints goaltender, with a big one. In behind the Saints net, Dubuque chases after the loose puck. It's Besnier up the near side, and it is dumped back into the corner wall by Madison. In the corner there, Ryder centering feed, blocked by Merrill. Saints bank forward, left to right. Cross-ice feed, tipped in by Josephson Westling. 40 seconds in, the Capitals pick back up in their own zone. Barloff to center, swatted in by Fleece. Saints change lines for the first time. In deep of the top line, Charlie Aaron forechecking, but it's Gertis who comes away with the puck up the wall and back to center. Frank swatting free in the neutral zone. Richards picks up, shovels in. Wide of Cry, Saints chase. Big defenseman in on the rush. It's loose in the far corner wall. Michael Barron, league long 13-game point streak this season, ended last night. He's out there early on in this one. Saints with the top line in the offensive end, but they can't hold on the circle, and it's flipped to center. 1:15 into the first. Scoreless game. Saints in caps for the 4th time this season. It's loose in center. Barla left wing across the Dubuque line. Swatted out of the air by Luke Brierly, and he'll spin ahead for Barron, who throws in deep. Saints in the middle of changing. Ortpana's line getting out. Ortpana works free, cutting toward the front. He had Dabrowski. The puck got tipped away, It was a turnover behind the net by Madison, and Nils Sunda goes back to center to pick up for the Saints. Rolled in, takes a hop off the stanchion, rolled just wide of the net, past Cry and up the near wall. Battled for in the Madison end, near circle on the corner boards. Saints move up top, can't hang on, and it's back along into the Dubuque end. Doobie and Snee cancel to the corner wall. Sunda scoops it behind the net, but it's picked up there by Doshin. To the point, Baird Gaidos flips toward the front, takes a hop off a skate right in on goal, and Humbalik kept that right pad along the ice and makes the stop to cover up. Hit Doobie right in the skate and ricocheted to the blue paint, but the Saints goaltender makes the save, and the Fighting Saints will take the face-off in their own zone.
Welcome on in, have some fun, and go Cats go.
Fighting Saints, 2:10 into play in their own end to Humbalik's right. Face-off won by Madison. Stout up top, the shot kicked away by Humbalik. Far side lock, chops to center, has Thoyer and Lieb, the pass behind Lieb, and it is picked up in center by the Caps. Saints back at their own line, take back over. Left to right, Lieb across the line, left wing pass. Locke takes off the wall, far hash mark, snapper on goal, saved by Cry. Puck behind the net. Battled for, Saints swing up top, but Lafdone had started a pinch, and the puck went by him on the pass. So it goes all the way back down the ice. Humbalik will leap to the corner, and the Saints chip it along back to center ice. Lieb there, tips forward, gets the red line, and chucks it in. Saints with almost 3 played in the first. It's a scoreless game against the Capitals on the road. Cover ahead, scored in overtime last night for the Capitals against Chicago on the road. He feeds Prudhomme all alone into the zone. Left pad stop again by Humbalik. That's the second breakaway he's faced in close quarters in this game. In the first 3 minutes, he's made both stops with his left pad. One on Pitsley, one there on Prudhomme. Saints ahead, offensive end to the right. Besnier to the front. It was tipped by Fleece in the corner. Saints go up top, and it goes back to center ice. 3:20 in first period, no score. Merrill charging back in, the captain for the Fighting Saints. Far circle, banks to the half wall. Josefson Westling to the top, thrown to the net, deflected just wide of the cage by the Saints. A hit in back by Josefson Westling, the Saints can't find. Ryder scampers to center, left wing feed Pitsley across the Dubuque line, stopped by Sunda, and it springs ahead. 3-on-2 for the Saints. If they hurry, Capel back to even it up. Josefson Westling bobbles the pass though, and then it goes back to center. Saints ram it back in. It's a delayed offside against Dubuque. I don't think Mason Fleece realized that. So the whistle comes with 3:50 played in this first period. No score. Capitals without a couple of key players. Leading point scorer Gavin Eulenkamp hasn't played now in 5 straight games. 27 points for him. Austin Moline, big defenseman. He and John Stout all of last season, one of the best defense pairs in the USHL. They're back this year, but Moline on the shelf right now, and their captain Jackson Nevers out injured as well today. So it's a little short-handed for Madison. The Saints looking to take advantage on the road. Puck in behind the Capitals net. Saints have the top line on the ice 4 minutes into a scoreless game. It's played all the way down. Icing called against the Capitals, and the whistle comes there. Today's officials, the referees are Camden Laban and Calvin Stace. Lines people, Takaji St. Pierre, Joseph Rubino. Fighting Saints with Aaron, Frank, and Barron up front to take this face-off. Kritzky and Doobie on the blue line. 4:10 into play. Saints top line. Michael Barron on the left wing. Again, his 13-game point streak ended career long, and it's the longest in the USHL this season at 25 points over 13 games. Snapped a night ago. He is tied for 5th in the league at 45 points this season, leading the way in the USHL with 34 assists. Barron back to his own end and ahead left to right. Into the offensive zone. Sauce on the backhand across ice. Frank rips. Fry blocked the shot. Up top, right point. Down low from Kritzky behind the cage as Barron picks up in the corner wall. Spins off the outside of the net, and then Pitsley takes over on the half wall and skates to center. Gets the red line and chips into the Saints end. Dubuque finds 4:45 into play. Barron shuffling through center from a knee, chips it in, and the Saints will start on a change. No score, almost 5 played. Kawaja ahead. Varla, right wing, chips it cross corner into the Saints end. Teo Besnier back for the puck. Scoops up the far wall. Stout there, though, for Madison. He shoves to the corner boards. Besnier takes the puck off a ricochet to the front and kicks it out to center. Dabrowski dumps in. Saints chase. Ekman in the corner. Sealed off by Stout. Coming away with it, Gustav's Griva, and back to center. Past 5 minutes in. Scoreless game. Saints roll right back in. Ekman left point. Down low behind the net. Otpana on the cycle. Future Wisconsin Badger, A2 Otpana on the right wing. He can't hold on into the zone. And it's back to center. Besnier in the neutral zone, 5.5 played, scoreless game. Otpana left wing, shuffles down the wall, corner boards, centering pass. Dabrowski has it stuck in a couple skates. He's digging away, and it's hacked to center by Madison. Brierly back to it in his own end, and quickly ahead. Ekman, cross-ice pass, and Richards activates. Big defenseman up the neutral zone, but it's tipped away from him, so the Saints back to their own line. 6 minutes played in the first, scoreless. Brierly weaves into the offensive end, left wing, bottom of the far circle, to the front. It was a pad stop by Cry. Thoyer picks up, cross-ice feed through the slot, tipped by Lieb in the corner, Locke chases. He's upended in the corner boards, and Snee up with the puck to center ice for the Capitals. Sealed off in the neutral zone by Brierly, forces Madison back, and Buckberger breaks out ahead. Gertis left wing across the Dubuque line, shuffles wide of the net. Loose puck in back, Tang toward the front. It ends up in Humbalik's glove. He was just sealing off the post, and it popped right in the air into his right hand. 13.5 to play in the opening frame. It's a scoreless game so far in Middleton.
Ready?
Hi, this is Teddy Merrill, and you are listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network on Eagle 102.3 and FloHockey.
Your next chance to see Teddy Merrill and the Fighting Saints at home this coming Friday. It's 80s night, presented by Family Beer and Liquor. Get free ticket vouchers at the Family Beer and Liquor. Cash them in. Come to the game for 80s night against the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. 13.5 to go in the opening frame on the road today for the Saints, finishing up this 3-game weekend. They split the first 2 at home against Sioux Falls, and now on the road for an Eastern Conference matchup with the Capitals. Teddy Merrill in his own end to take the face-off. The Saints captain wins, and Sunda starts the rush to center. Has Josephson Wessling. He'll move into the offensive end, and he and Fleece collide, and the puck goes in deep. Saints chase. Merrill knocks to the circle, but it's Cover there who filters ahead for the Capitals. Cover right wing. Chucks in deep. Saints end, and Humbalik to the far wall. Prudhomme picks off on the hash marks. Feeds all the way up top. Left point. Fry. His shot blocked up top by Fleece. It kicks to the corner wall. Madison cycles from there. Prudhomme behind the net. Low to high off the far boards. Brooks blast. Hit a body in front. Loose in the slot. They dig away, and Doobie able to kick it to the corner. Saints can't find, though, up the near point. Fry in from the blue line. He'll go down the wall. The Saints chip it up, but not out. It's Prudhomme who kept it in. Fleece battling it up the wall. Merrill comes away with it to center. Saints left to right, getting the red line with 12:28 to go. In this opening frame, the Saints called offside at the line. Josephson Wessling and Brooks tied up a little bit after the whistle there, but quickly separated by the officials with just under 12.5 to go in this first period. No score. Saints and Capitals this afternoon. Saints top line on the ice. Aaron, Frank, and Barron, and the Capitals match with their top line, Capel, Ryder, and Pitsley. Face-off won by the Caps. Navy blue sweaters for the Madison Capitals today. They roll in deep. Saints at Lincoln Kritzky up the far side. Capel keeps it in and filters back to the corner wall. Kritzky intercepts that, tipped up the boards. Barron there for the Saints, and he moves to center. Backhand pass across ice. Kritzky, right wing feed. Frank into the zone. back to the left circle as Barron shuffles to the front. That was blocked, goes to the corner wall. Barron canceled there, and it's thrown to center ice by Madison. Ryder sealed off by Besnier. Kritzky back for the puck, hard up the far boards. Capel across ice, picks off, feeds to the front, blocked by Besnier. He's ripped down behind the net. Saints can't hang on. Loose back behind the cage. Kritzky backhands ahead. Frank moves up the wall. Bergaidos keeps in his high slot feed for Ryder. Went just by him. He was wide open in the slot. Saints ahead. Frank across the line for Aaron. Right wing, Aaron dancing down low. He lost the puck to the corner, but he goes after it there and keeps it alive for the Saints. They can't hang on, though. Ahead for Varla with 11:20 to go in the opening frame. No score. Varla across the Saints line. Drop pass. Kowaja joins the rush. His shot saved by Humbalik. It was a quick snapper from the right circle. Saints sprint forward with the puck off the rebound. Frank into the zone. Tipped away from him. Otpana and Ekman move down low. Frank peels back on the change. And Dabrowski moves onto the ice with his normal line mates. Laftone at the top. Left wing feed for Brierly. Down the circles. His shot saved by Cry. Into the corner. Dabrowski there. Tipping up the wall. It was pinned to the boards by Varla. Loose to the circles. And it is Bergaidos who shovels it out off the glass from there. 10:40 to play. It's icing against Madison in this opening frame. Scoreless so far, and the Saints will get an offensive zone face-off. Wojtek Humbalik's made 3 really good stops. The shots are 4-3 Capitals so far, and Saints goaltender really, really good. His only other game in this building this year, he was 32 of 34 in a win back in September. That was the 3rd game of the season for the Fighting Saints, a tight 3-2 win. 23 of 26 in a win against the Capitals on October 25th at home for the Fighting Saints. Whistle comes as we'll get a neutral zone draw. 10.5 to play in the first period. No score. So Humbalik 2-0 against the Caps this season, and he's been really strong lately. Really only blip on the radar the last almost 2 months is the game last Sunday afternoon in Cedar Rapids for the Fighting Saints, when Saints just gave up a lot of really quality chances on the rush. They've given up a couple in this game, but he's made the big saves so far. Saints left to right in a scoreless game almost halfway through this first period. Stout from his own end ahead. He does get the puck to center. Richards there for the Saints. Quickly across ice, and Nils Sunda hammers in. His second game for the Fighting Saints, being acquired from Norway. He was playing pro in Norway for Frisk Asker, and the Saints have him in their lineup now. Ekman toward the front as the Saints couldn't quite connect on the pass. It's Tang who rolls it in deep. From the red line, it goes in behind the Saints net. Doobie and Snee collide in the corner. Kritzky works across ice. His pass hit Ekman in the skate. It's kept in. Madison to the corner wall. Saints back for it. Doobie shovels up the near boards. Dabrowski back behind the goal line. It bounces back past him. The shot from the wall off the outside of the net. Gertis takes back up high. DDD pass for Brooks. Shuffles down the right wing. His shot blocked up top by Ekman. It rolls in behind the net. Prudhomme chases. 9:20 left in the first. No score. Puck behind the Dubuque net to the left. Dabrowski there. He'll leave it to the corner wall. Doobie treks across ice. Bounces it ahead. It's kept in at the point by Brooks. Right wing, Prudhomme centering feed. Nelson turns on the backhand save. Rebound loose. Stuffed to the net. It's stopped again, and now they score. It ends up behind Humbalik. And the Saints don't look like they thought that puck ended up in the net, but it's Sammy Nelson who's leading the line back to the bench. Sammy Smith, rather. And it's his first goalie affiliate call-up for the Capitals. And we'll see if there's any discussion here. Saints on the bench checking this out on the iPad. Both officials waiting to see if the Saints want to check this or not. Fighting Saints are being given some time here to look at this. Calvin Stace skating over to see if Evan Dixon wants the challenge or not. 9:02 left in the first. They haven't put the goal on the board yet here, but it's going to count unless the Saints challenge, and it looks like they won't. So the Fighting Saints down 1-0, now 3 straight games. They've given up the first goal after scoring first in 12 consecutive matchups. It's Smith who scores his first in the USHL. And the Fighting Saints go back into their own end. Far side, it goes back out to center ice and in to the offensive end for Dubuque. Fleece in back, holds on, and he's pinned to the end wall. Saints come away with it. It's Josephson Wessling up top. Besnier's shot off a body wide, up to the left point. Saints crash in behind the net. It's loose up the near wall. Fleece there. Kaweja, who had lost the glove, is trying to pick it up. He just heads to the bench. The Saints point shot wide. It bounces back up top, and Stout, fresh off the bench, replacing Kaweja, moves ahead. Ryder left wing. It's a 1-0 Capitals lead. Shot blocked by Laftone. He outlets Fleece from his own blue line across ice in center. Josephson Wessling with just over 8 to play in the first. Drops to Merrill into the offensive end. Merrill twirls down the wall. Frank knocks back free below the net, and Merrill chases in behind. Stout there for Madison, stripped by Colin Frank, working up the wall, but he was checked. Back behind the net, Merrill takes over, his backhand to the front, hacking away, saved by Cry. The puck bounced right to Merrill behind the net. He went straight to the blue pane on the backhand, and Cry makes the stop. 7:48 to play in the first. It's 1-0 Capitals. Sammy Smith, first career goal from Prudhomme and Gertis. And we will take a break here in Madison. It's 1-0 Caps in the opening period.
This season, Renewal by Anderson is a proud partner of the Dubuque Fighting Saints. Come cheer on the Fighting Saints and stop by our Renewal by Anderson table at select games. Learn more about our beautiful, energy-efficient windows and doors. Schedule your free in-home consultation, or just say hi. Don't miss your chance to connect with your local Renewal by Anderson team that's dedicated to improving your home. Renewal by Anderson of Eastern Iowa. Let's go Saints!
Hi, my name is Mason Fleece, and you're listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network.
On Eagle 102.3.
Fighting Saints, February 5th against these Madison Capitals at home. It's Thirsty Thursday, presented by Doghouse Lounge in Dubuque and the Daily Grind. Get your tickets at DubuqueFightingSaints.com. Fighting Saints on the road today. 7:48 left in the opening frame. It's a 1-0 Capitals advantage. Top line on the ice for the Fighting Saints, who have now surrendered the first goal in 3 straight after a long stretch of scoring first. Saints go back for the puck as Madison dumps back down the ice. Brierly pressured, goes up the far wall. Saints tip it, but it's not out. The blast blocked by Richards, and the Saints outlet. Frank to Barron on the left wing, up the far side into the zone, sealed off, and it's skipped back to center by the Caps. 7.5 to go in the first. The Saints trailing this game 1-0, and ahead left to right. Far side, it's tipped in by the Saints, but they can't control it. Stout drops back to Bergaidos, and he outlets. Through center, tipped in, and icing waved off. Saints rush back. Riva and Richards chase the Saints up the far boards. Barron works back and ahead, out of the reach of Aaron. Kept in by Gertis at the top. Barron across ice, seals that off, puck loose to the circle. Skating downhill, Snee turns toward the front. The Saints block it, and it's in the slot. Brierly can't find it now. He does take it out of his skates, and Rainbow to center ice. 6:45 to go in the first. 1-0 Caps. Back into the Dubuque end. Tang strip. Saints rush forward. Ekman 1-on-2. Saints changing lines. Ekman wide right wing to the corner wall. He's ridden to the boards, and he can't hang on. It's Gertis ahead for Tang and out to center. 6:30 to play in the first. 1-0 Caps. Dabrowski back checks a puck free. It's still loose in center, and it's rolled in. Humbalik out of the net, and rifles up the wall. The Saints with a nice tip past the center. 2-on-1. Orpana and Ekman. Orpana right side into the zone. Fires. It's saved by Cry. He holds on. Oipana with the wrister from the circle, and Cry makes the glove stop. It bounced down in front of him, but the Saints couldn't find it before he pounced on top. 6:11 to go in the opening frame. That's probably the Saints' best chance so far in a 1-0 Capitals lead today. Teddy Merrill with a chance before, taking the puck off the end boards, and that one there from Oipana. He'll stay on the ice with Dabrowski and Ekman. Saints win. Ekman, quick shot, blocked, and it rolls wide of the net. Cover behind his net picks up for the Capitals. He deals with the official, skates in the corner, and gets the puck in behind the net for Brooks. Brooks ahead for the Caps to center. Smith, the goal scorer, banks down the ice, and it's icing against Madison with 5:54 left in this first period.
Organizations and groups, disadvantaged children, and so many more. A huge thank you goes out to all of our Aldo partners, Caps Club sponsors.
Thor Lieb lock for the Fighting Saints. Right circle. The Caps warned on the draw. Cover will take against Xavier Lieb. Saints with Kritzky and Lafdone on the blue line. Fry takes over off the draw, and he rolls to center. Saints swat it back along, but it goes out of play. Face off back to the neutral zone. 5:45 remaining in this first period. It's 1-0. Capitals lead. Sammy Smith at 10:58 of this opening period. Dubuque in the neutral zone. Can't win the draw. It's Fry scampering ahead on the left wing. He's checked. And the Saints chase after it in back behind their own net. Lafdone sealed by 2 Capitals. It's tied up behind the Dubuque cage. Utah Mammoth draft pick Lafdone able to win the battle and scoop ahead for the Saints. Flag down in center by Brooks and then tossed back in, and Lafdone rushes back. Saints in their own end, down 1-0 in the final 5:16 of this opening frame. Saints move to center, left to right. Through the center ice circle is Kritzky, and ahead. Lieb takes out of his skates, high slot, zips on net, save, rebound to Thoyer on the left wing. His shot blocked wide. Right side, Saints chase, and a hit by Lieb. It's thrown to center by the Caps, and Pitsley gloves down. He'll move across the Saints line, blocked. Dubuque can't hang on. Ryder collides with a teammate. The puck goes to the corner wall. Brierly lays a hit, but can't pick up the puck. Pitsley behind the net. Ryder cycles up top. Bergaidos, left point, shot through traffic, hit a body, rebound, they score. Capel put the rebound by Humbalic's blocker. It's 2-0 Capitals with 4:42 left in the first. The team leader for the Caps, Sam Capel, with his 19th goal of the year. Fighting Saints behind by 2 this afternoon in Middleton. Saints on Friday night came back from down 2-0, scored 4 straight. They'll look to start a comeback here this afternoon on the road. Brierly from his own end, left to right, ahead for Teddy Merrill. Chips along up the far side with speed. Merrill into the zone, he bobbled, and it's tied up on the far wall as Griva turns forward. Stout gets the red line, rolls it by Humbalik and around back. Loose to the far circle. Josefson Westling couldn't hang on. And it's played up the near side to the top. Buckberger fanned on the shot. Josefson Westling ahead. Numbers for the Saints, 3-on-2. Josefson Westling still trying to take the puck out of his skates. He bobbles to the wall. The rush dissipates. The puck goes behind the net. Buckberger there for the Capitals. Hill outlet. Ahead, cross ice, and loose in center. Josefson Westling tips back in. On the right side, drops to Merrill. One-timer, save, rebound. Fleece tucks it wide of the net. In back, Fleece takes back over. Then he's stripped, and it's up the far wall. Buckberger chopped to center. 3:40 left in the first. Good chance for the Saints after the goal against, and icing against the Capitals. The Saints will send the top line out for the face-off. Just over 3.5 to go in the first. 2-0. Madison leads. Sammy Smith's first in the USHL, and then the team leader, Sam Capel, added to the lead on a rebound in front of the net. Saints, offensive end to the right. Out shooting the Caps 10-7 so far, but they're down 2-0. Left point, Sunda off the draw. Saints try to move back to the top. It was blocked, and Barron couldn't keep it in. Saints touch back up and roll it back in deep. 3.5 to go in the first. Down 2-0. Saints check on the near corner wall. Aaron sliced away from the puck. It goes back up top. Barron keeps in and to the high slot. Frank to Aaron, low slot, and his shot never made it off his stick. It's played back down. Another icing will come against the, oh, now it's waved off, so the Saints go back for it and tip back to center. Doshin to the Saints line, blocked away by Aaron, loose at the blue line, and Aaron catches an edge. His pass blocked. Snee across the Dubuque line. Sunda stops him. The puck to the front, though, and Doshin stopped right on the doorstep by Humbalik. Feed went through the couple of Saints back to defend that rush, and it is Humbalik who, again, is alert to make the save. It's his 6th of the day. 2:51 to go in the first. 2-0 Madison. Saints have not quite been able to get to their game so far in this one. They haven't really had many opportunities on the rush and not a ton of sustained offensive zone time. Saints ahead left to right from their own end. Dabrowski on the right wing. Chucks it in, and he's checked. They'll go after it into the corner wall, up the far side. Otpana chases Prudhomme over for the Caps and starts the breakout. Gertis left wing across the Dubuque line. Near circle. Saints end. He'll tip it to the corner wall. Doobie across ice, intervenes, takes over for Dubuque. Ekman, long stretch. It was tipped and went behind Dabrowski on the way in. So the Capitals take back over inside their own zone. Fanned on by Brooks, loose, wide of the net. Saints chase after it, but it's covered up by Cry. Ekman forechecking there. Brooks fanned on that pass, and then Cry able to cover it up for the Capitals. 2:14 to play. First period, it's 2-0. Madison. Teddy Merrill, 150th career USHL game. Has Fleece on the left, Gavin Locke on the right. Fighting Saints win. It's Fleece rifling over the bar off the end glass. Kritzky right point, banks down the wall. Behind the net, Merrill chases, tips to the corner, Locke back up top, and Merrill keeps it going, but it splits the two Saints up at the blue line, and Kritzky has to go back for it. 2 to play in the first. Saints down 2-0. Besnier rolls right back in. Near wall on the side of the net, sticked away by Cry. Saints tip it back in front, and Locke couldn't get his stick free to pick up the pass from Fleece. Ahead for Madison. Right wing Pitsley. He'll twist it into the Saints end, and Dubuque picks up below the circle. Saints turn it over. Kicked free by Merrill, and he'll take the center. Right wing Fleece across ice. Has Locke across the line. Into the offensive end. Is pass from the circle intercepted. It springs ahead for the Capitals. Right wing Pitsley across the Saints line. 90 seconds remaining in the first. The pass blocked by Brierly. Loose up top to the circles. Richard stripped. Ryder down low. His backhand try saved by Humbalik. He looks over his shoulder. Brierly hammers it up the far wall. Stout there for the Capitals. Stout turns away from a Gavin Locke check and turns in behind the net. Puck back up top on the cycle. Fleece there, ahead for Merrill, who gets the red line and then chips it in. Final minute of the opening period. The Saints down a pair on the road this afternoon. Dabrowski on the forecheck can't pick up the puck, and it's outletted. Tipped by Lafdone. He'll go back into his own end for it to the left. Saints work free up the far side. Ekman holds up on the boards, and then in the corner he's checked. Sunda across, and he can't hang on either. Saints, though, pick it back off at the circle. Dabrowski outlets, leaves, speeds across the line. Far boards, holds up top of the circle. Feet in front, one-timer, saved by Cry. Dabrowski bounces it back toward the front. Ekman has it in his skates, looking to shoot. It was blocked. Sunda up top, his rifle, saved by Cry with the glove. Great stop by Cry on the Saints, who had Dabrowski all alone in front. And with 20 seconds left in the first, the Madison goaltender makes a couple of big stops to keep the Caps up 2-0. Charlie Aaron in the top line for a late offensive zone draw in the first. Down 2-0. They win it. Doobie chips it along into the corner boards. 15 in the period. Frank near wall to the top. Besnier gloves down, moves it back down the boards, but that was picked back off. Then from center, Besnier will just shovel it back in. Delayed offside against the Saints, so the Caps go pick up the puck and move forward as the horn sounds on period number 1. Fighting Saints down 2-0 after the opening frame, and they will look for a comeback this afternoon on the road in Madison. Fighting Saints, after one period of play, out shooting the Capitals 12-8, and we have Fighting Saints assistant coach Sam Graham with us here on the broadcast. Sam, your team's down 2-0. Couple of good chances early on for the Caps in that game. How can you limit some of those the rest of the way?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Hamby's been playing really great and making those first stops, and we got to do a better job of, getting in front of the first shots first of all, and then also making sure there's no second or third chances like the 2 goals that went in. We got to do a better job of identifying and boxing out and playing a lot stronger and tougher in front of our net, and then our wingers got to get out and block shots.
Seemed a little bit hard for your team to play its style on the rush and generate some of that extended pressure in the offensive end. How can you get back to that in the final 40?
Yeah, I think we just need a better puck management. We had some good looks and some good movement, but a couple times just missed puck placement, and we got to have better support. And it's a smaller O-zone here, so we got to, if we don't have anything, we just got to chip it in and have a guy going hard to get it, better support, and then we got to get pucks to the net. We got to be hungry to get to the net.
Keys for the second period here to maybe try and draw some penalties and get some power plays on the board.
We just got to get to work here, and everybody's got to want a little bit more and get a little more connected. And like I said, we got to get pucks deep, and we got to get hungry to get to the net and support each other here.
All right, thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way. Fighting Saints down 2-0 after one period of play on the road, and we will take a break. We'll have the Turbinage intermission coming up, conversation with Teddy Merrill, and then the second period coming up in Madison. The Fighting Saints down 2-0 after one. Back on the Fighting Saints Broadcast Network, Turpin Dodge Intermission Report. It is 2-0 Capitals after one period of play this afternoon. Shots 12-9 Fighting Saints in the first, and just couldn't quite beat Brady Cry down the other end of the ice, who is 12 for 12. Humbalik 7 of 9 in the first. The two goals, Madison at 10:58, Sammy Smith, first of his USHL career from Lucas Prudhomme and Dexter Brooks. And then Sam Capel scored at 15:18 from Max Ryder and Chris Baird-Guidos. That's the scoring in the opening frame. No penalties in the first period between these two rivals. Met in the playoffs a year ago, but so far pretty calm, and the two goals for the Caps. That's the Turpin Dodge Intermission Report. We'll come back after this break, chat with Teddy Merrill, and get you the second period of play here in Middleton.
Saints captain Teddy Merrill joins us. Saints finishing up this long weekend in Madison after a new matchup against the Capitals. Teddy, we'll start with this matchup in Madison. It's always a challenging place to go play. You've been there enough times now. What can you guys do to take that kind of challenge out of it and just make sure you're playing the way you need to?
Yeah, not an easy place to play. We know that. I know that. I think everybody who's played there knows that. It's an unforgiving environment, unforgiving team to play against. So the message is to keep it simple, making sure that we're working hard, and I think a little adversity is probably going to help us in the long run. So just kind of embracing it and almost with that road warrior mentality is kind of the message that we're going to send on Sunday.
Coach Evan Dixon kind of always uses the term a skilled game of ping pong when you go to this building. It's smaller ice, pucks kind of bouncing around. How do you neutralize some of those bounces and be able to be a little bit more in control?
I mean, from like a X's and O's standpoint, you really want to try to stay inside the dots, especially our D, because you just never know like where that puck's gonna hop to, and I know that they like to push the envelope on the rush. So for us, it's keeping it tight inside the dots, making sure that we're tracking hard, and then from an offensive perspective, just picking the right play. Not a ton of space to walk the line on the point, so maybe it's up and hammering it to the net and getting a little greasy. So, yeah, I think that regardless of where we're playing, we have a team that's going to adapt, and I expect us to deliver on Sunday.
Team that adapts is also kind of off the ice too, right? You're bringing in a couple new players in the last couple weeks for the first time. As a leader on this team, what's that been like, and having new players join the room?
I've been through it a bunch on not just this team but other teams, so I get it. I've been in a situation where they're bringing in guys that maybe it's like, oh, that's like might be my ice time, but I think there's two ways that you can look at it. It's oh, that guy's here to take my spot, or it's okay, that's what I'm competing against. So I mean, that's what I'm going to tell every kid on our team right now, like that might be feeling that pressure is, hey, like now's your time to compete. Like they're giving you a chance to prove yourself and elevate your game. So that's how I look at it now. And I actually think that we have the characters in the room that are going to do that. So the guys that we've brought in have been great so far. Trevor's a beauty, and then I just met Niels today, and he's the man too. So I look forward to them contributing to our team and our culture. But it's definitely going to raise our level in practice and hopefully translate into games.
As you mentioned the guys coming in, you talk a lot about the response for the players who have been here, those ones joining the team. What is your role on the leadership side to make them feel welcome and be part of this?
Yeah, obviously just kind of saying what's up, nice to meet you, maybe learn a little bit about their family, like what their interests are. That's one thing, and then I think another part of it is setting our standards. How we want to play hockey is one thing, and then how we want to live off the ice is a whole other thing. So just kind of making sure that we set our standards early and that they understand what's expected of them. And I mean, both of them have done a great job so far. So it's kind of my role.
Wrapping up this conversation, early start in Madison last weekend, the early start. You guys weren't able to really kick in and keep that streak going, scoring the first goals. How can you make sure that you're ready to go at 3 o'clock today?
Oh, yeah, 3 o'clock Sunday. Yeah, I didn't realize it was an early game. I mean, nothing changes for me. Just making sure I get my routines in, and then just keeping it light. I mean, I think sometimes when you get a quick turnaround like that, it's like, oh, like we might be dogging it, and then you start gripping the sticks a little tight. So probably just keeping it loose, making sure the boys are prepared mentally, but also not too nervous or too uptight to where they're forcing plays. So yeah, just making sure everybody's having fun and prepared mentally.
Keep it simple, play a good road game.
Yeah. Road Warriors.
All right, Road Warriors. That's Captain Teddy Merrill. The Saints finish this weekend on the road in Madison.
Are you looking Are you looking for a lunch spot that feels like home? Swing by the Doghouse Lounge. Sink your teeth into our legendary Carmichael burger to classic sandwiches, wings, appetizers, and more. We serve up great food with a side of good company and friendly staff. Whether you're on your lunch break or catching up with friends, our relaxed, welcoming atmosphere is the perfect midday escape. Great food, cold drinks, and a local vibe that's as real as it gets. The Doghouse Lounge is open every day of the week and always serving food. The Doghouse Lounge, right on Asbury Road. Come for lunch, stay for the atmosphere.
This season, Renewal by Anderson is a proud partner of the Dubuque Fighting Saints. Come cheer on the Fighting Saints and stop by our Renewal by Anderson table at select games. Learn more about our beautiful, energy-efficient windows and doors. Schedule your free in-home consultation, or just say hi. Don't miss your chance to connect with your local Renewal by Anderson team that's dedicated to improving your home. Renewal by Anderson of Eastern Iowa. Let's go Saints!
3, 2, 1, and we're on.
Today we're talking about I'm On.
Yeah, you're on.
I know I'm on. I need to talk about I'm On.
Yeah, you're on. Why talk about it?
No, that's in the script. I'm on.
Well, we know you're on.
No, Iowa's most reliable internet. I'm on.
Yes, you are on.
Stay always on.
You're on!
Stay always on with Iowa's most reliable internet and get same-day or next-day installation guaranteed. I'm on.net.
Oh, I'm on.net. Why didn't you say so?
Hey, it's me, the Crawford guy. Is your water heater not working? Do you have a leaky pipe or faucet? Is there a drain that isn't draining? Crawford to the rescue. Crawford plumbers and drain cleaners are experts at providing real solutions for your real problems. For plumbing installation and repair, make the right call. Crawford Company. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and drain cleaning.
Visit CrawfordNorth.com.
Hi, this is Charlie Aaron, and you're listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints broadcast network on Eagle 102.3 and FloHockey.
Getting set for second period action in Middleton, Wisconsin. The Fighting Saints and the Capitals squaring off today in this matinee. The Caps lead it 2-0 after 20 minutes, and we are ready for period number 2. Dubuque in white, right to left. Madison in navy blue, left to right. Saints outshot the Caps 12-9 in the first, but it's 2-0 Madison as the puck is dropped on period number 2. Saints roll it in deep to the left. A hit by Fleece in back, and the puck played all the way down the ice by the Caps. Saints rush back looking for the icing. They get it as Ryder was trying to cancel it out, but Besnier and Lafdone both get there 13 seconds in to the second. Chance for the Saints in the offensive end to gain some momentum early in this period. They outshot the Caps in the first, but not a ton of extended pressure, and Saints game is keeping that foot on the gas and creating second and third chances. Saints looking to do some of that here. Quick shot right off the draw from Fleece at the top of the circle, but it hit a body in front and landed on the circles where the Caps move ahead. Tip to the Saints line. Lafdone into traffic. His pass deflected. It does make its way to center, and Gertis there. Left to right. 30 seconds into this period. Saints with Humbalik tipping the puck aside, and up the near wall it is Josefson Wessling. Forward to center, but the Saints can't hang on again. Brooks takes a hit in the neutral zone by Merrill. Humbalik behind the net for Lafdone, and he'll outlet tipped in the neutral zone. Josefson Wessling works back and knocks into his own end, where Besnier goes up the wall for Merrill. Banking to center has Fleece rolling forward right wing. Throws it in deep. Saints have this line out there since the start of the period. A minute has gone by. Fleece picks up behind the net. Cycles near circle to the top. Josefson Wessling. Richards. Shot. Glove by Cry. He had Orpana bearing down on him. But the Fighting Saints get a shot early on in this frame, and Cry makes the glove save, his 13th of the day. 1:10 into the second. This line with Dabrowski, Orpana, and Ekman created a couple of the best looks the Saints had in the first period, and Saints going right to them here. Second shift of this period. Face-off won by Madison. Saints keep in with Richards up top. Orpana bobbles to the left wing, takes over in his skates on the hash marks. Pin to the wall, cycles down low for Dabrowski. He'll scoop it to the far boards. Richards again in. Shot in front. Deflected. It's saved by Cry. Saints back on it up top. Dabrowski, high circle. His pass across ice. Kept in at the right point by Richards. And he just launches it in behind the net. Comes up the near side. Briley keeps in for the Saints, but then it tipped to center, so the Saints have to go back to touch up. Dabrowski works the puck free in the neutral zone, and Briley picks up. Wheels moving to center. Left wing pass. Dabrowski into the zone. Tips to the bottom of the circle. Muscles free. Twist toward the front. It was knocked away from Ekman there, and Madison ahead 2 minutes in. Second period, 2-0 Caps. Saints shovel it in. Top line getting on the ice for the first time in this period. Cry behind his net, plays to the corner wall. Fry ahead. Doshin tips forward, and the Saints go back into their own end for the dump in. Sunda behind the net. Knocks free in the corner. Doobie there for the Saints. Quickly ahead. Settled by Frank, but tipped out of his possession in the neutral zone. 2.5 in to the second. No score so far in the second, but it's a 2-0 Capitals lead with both goals in the first period from Smith and Capel. Saints right to left, looking to get on the board for the first time today. They strip it. It's Barron, right wing circle, bottom of the ring, to the front, his shot. It was blocked away by the Caps. Up top, Sunda rolls it back down low, kicked toward the front by Barron. Saints can't find it, and it's chopped to center off the glass. Numbers for the Caps, 3-on-2, across the Dubuque line. Tang, wide right wing. Saints even back up. It's Bergaidos working down the right wing circle. Bottom of the zone, his shot off a body, and then bounces back to Humbalek, who covers up. Humbalek made the save. It hit Doobie and then bounced back down in the blue paint. Saints goaltender covers up. 3:05 in to the second. 2-0. Capitals in front. Fighting Saints. In their own zone. It's won by the Caps. Buckberger shot through traffic, smothered by Humbalek, and he looks like he got a shot in at the end there, or at least felt some contact in talking with the official, Calvin Stace, at the side of the net. 3:09 into the second, 2-0. Capitals lead. Face-off will be to Humbalek's left. He's getting his equipment in place, and now he's ready for the draw. Gavin Locke in his own end will take it, and he wins. The Saints quickly ahead, glove down by the Caps. Dubuque finds, though, an outlet. Thoyer, left wing, wheels into the zone on the near half wall, into the bottom of the circle. Centering pass, it went behind Locke. Up top, Kritzky's shot blocked, goes wide. Lieb in the corner. He'll buckle it in behind the net. The Saints can't find Prudhomme ahead all the way down. It will be icing against the Capitals as the wins, but Fleece couldn't hold on, and it's trekking forward for the Caps. Pass tipped in center. It rolls into the Saints' end, delayed offside against Smith, so the Saints pick back up. 3:45 into the second. Dubuque looking for its first goal. It's 2-0 Capitals. Saints bank in center. It was blocked. Josefson Westling works back for it and swoops up the wall, but the Caps take back over at their own line. Smith rolls it in deep. All the way around the far wall. Left zone. Cancels the Capital. The puck loose in back behind the Saints net. Brierly takes the hit and moves up the near wall. Brooks in from the point, picks off. Behind the Dubuque net, Brooks cycles. Pass to the left point. Gertis D-to-D on the blue line. Capel, the forward up top. His shot blocked by Merrill. Fleece holds up in center. It's loose. He's muscling around at it, but couldn't hang on to the puck. It's back to the Saints end. 4.5 in to this second period. Fighting Saints down 2-0. Caps in center. Right back across the Dubuque line to the right. Far side, Pitsley through the seam, and it was tipped up and out of play. And the whistle. With the puck over the Madison bench. The faceoff will stay in the Fighting Saints end. Just past 4.5 in, second period. Fighting Saints down 2-0. Puck up top. Gertis, left wing feed on the dot. Sneeze shot blocked by the Saints. Richard starts forward for Dubuque and outlets up the right wing boards. Dabrowski pass toward the middle. The Saints move in. Dabrowski has it back right circle. Snaps. It was blocked wide. Up the near side and picked up to center by the Capitals. Doshin at the Saints line. Hammers it in by Sunda. Up the far side. Saints roll it by and Dabrowski couldn't stop it, so it rolls all the way back down for icing against Dubuque with 5:07 gone in the second period. Two 2-0 Capitals, both goals in the first. Just past 5 in to this second period. Fighting Saints win the draw on their own end. Dabrowski, far boards, he's tied up. Pitsley toward the front. Capel takes to the corner wall. He's checked by Richards. Puck up to the left point. Fry cycles it back around the wall. Off to the near wing. Sunda chases along with Capel. It's battled for on the near half wall. Kaweja from the point. Bumps back down low. Pitsley in the near corner boards. The Caps cycling. Up to the top, Kaweja shot taken by Capel from the bottom of the circle, feeds back up high, left wing, Fry, snap, saved by Humbalik right in the chest. 5:40 in, second period, 2-0 Capitals. We'll take a break here in Middleton, Wisconsin.
3, 2, 1, and we're on.
Today we're talking about I'm On.
Yeah, you're on.
I know I'm on. I need to talk about I'm On.
Yeah, you're on. Why talk about it?
No, that's in the script. I'm on.
Well, we know you're on.
No, Iowa's most reliable internet. I'm on.
Yes, you are on.
Stay always on.
You're on.
Stay always on with Iowa's most reliable internet and get same-day or next-day installation guaranteed. I'm on.net.
Oh, I'm on.net. Why didn't you say so?
Hi, my name is Mason Fleece, and you're listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network.
On Eagle 102.3.
To have that help as this game moves on here, but down 2-0 in this second period rather. Right to left, it's the top line, Michael Barron. Right wing, chipped in, the Saints chase in after it. Two Saints collide in the corner with a Capital. The Fighting Saints find the puck with Barron behind the net. To the near side, Doobie joining up top, but he couldn't find the pass from Barron. It was tipped away. Back in center, reaching for it, Kritzky. It's knocked free to the Saints end. And ahead, outletted from Doobie to Barron, shielding into the offensive zone, and it is knocked away from him. Saints bench wanted a call there. I think maybe Barron had his stick knocked, but nothing doing. Still no penalties yet in this game with 13.5 to go in the second period. It's 2-0 Capitals. Teo Besnier, right wing feed for Frank. Back toward Besnier. It ends up near Barron's stick on the left wing, but tipped away from him as he went to take the shot. Back to Barron in center. He can't get in deep. Prudhomme right side across the Dubuque line. Holding up. Cross ice feed on the left side. Smith twirls down low. Shovels. He missed it. And it goes up and out for the Saints. Locke sprints ahead. Left wing pass. Lieb across the line. To the front. Locke. Rebound. He goes off the post. He had a wide open net to shoot at. And it hit the post with the shot. The Saints have to go back to center with it. Back in deep. It is in behind. Thoyer holds for the Saints, tipped in, and the Caps chucked back to center ice. Richards from his own end starts forward. 12:40 left in the second. Saints down 2-0. Briley darting forward in the zone. His shot blocked up and out of play by the Capitals. Gavin Locke that close to getting the Saints on the board, and he just hit the post. Locke frustrated as he goes back to the bench for the Saints, but it's a good chance. Saints creating there at the front of the net. Merrill's line hops over the boards. 12:36 to go in the second. Fleece, his shot right off the draw is blocked, and Doshin banks to center. Doobie there on the red line ahead. Josephson Westling knuckles it in. The Saints chase after it, but can't keep it in the zone. Back along into the Dubuque end. It rolls wide of the net. Sunda crashes up the near side. He's tied up and it's loose. Merrill for the Saints just shovels back to center ice. Rolling puck. Fleece chasing after it, and he's tied up, or else he might have had a shot at the net there. Fry picks up for the Caps. 8 minutes played in this second period. Up the far side, kept in by Doobie across the blue line, filtering toward the circles. It never made its way to Merrill, and the Caps turn it back along. Pitsley tipped to center. Sunda back at his own line. Doobie outlets, tipped in the neutral zone, and it goes up and out of play. They'll win. Fighting Saints move forward up the left side. Ekman twists it in deep. Saints chase into the corner. Kawaja there. Flips in back for Baird Gaidos, who pirouettes ahead. And outlets. Gloved down by Pesnier at the red line and battled for there. A couple of bodies collide, and the puck ends up back in the Madison end. Up the far side. Otpana picks off from Kry's outlet. The Saints right circle. Dabrowski cycles behind the net. Otpana switches back to the circle. Dabrowski fires off the outside of the net. Saints chase in back, and it's taken to the corner wall by Kawaja, and then back behind the net. The Capitals will outlet. Chopped free in center by Lafdone. Saints turn it back into their own end and start forward. Besnier, right wing pass. Dabrowski into the zone. Twists toward Ekman. His pass back to the front, blocked. Goes up the far wall. Ryder there. Almost halfway through regulation. Under 11 to play in the second. It's 2-0 Capitals. Fighting Saints. Just one score last night and almost halfway through today without a goal for Dubuque. Left wing, the league leading offense, trying to find a way on the board here today for the Saints on the road. They can't hold on into the zone. It's Madison outletting. Right wing, Griva across ice. It's tied up by Aaron inside the slot and bounced back to center. Stout hammers it back in. Saints back for the puck with Richards behind his own net. Long stretch pass blocked in center by Buckberger, and his pass to Rehard's Griva into the Saints end. Kritzky kneels him, and then the shot from Farlaw just wide of the net. It is back around the boards in behind. Rehard's Griva there, cycling up the near wall, and the Saints pick that off with Aaron, who's then checked, and the Saints have to drop back. Past halfway through regulation time. 2-0 Capitals. Smith across the Dubuque line. Checked by Richards. Kritzky takes in behind the net. His pass blocked. He then lays the hit, and Aaron to the corner wall. Saints can't hang on. Prudhomme shot deflected wide. In the corner, Smith shuffles up the far side. Saints top line hemmed in its own end here as Kritzky can't pick up the puck again. It's Cover in front. His pass blocked by Barron. Then in front, kicked away by Hambalik. Saints throw it to the wall. Barron tips the center, but it's picked back up there by the Caps and thrown in. Hambalik out of the net. 9:15 to play in the second. Saints down 2-0. Richards up the far side, in center, Lieb and Thoyer looking for the puck, can't find. Locke off the bench, off the near side, banked to center by the Caps. Dubuque settles in the neutral zone. Thoyer works back for the puck. Locke across ice, Lieb across the line, right wing, top of the zone. Thoyer drags to the high slot, is shot wide of the net. Locke takes right circle, shot off the post, bounces wide into the corner. Gavin Locke Now hit the post twice in consecutive shifts. Thor has it back, high slot, rips, he hits the post with it. Back off the far side, and it's back to center by the Capitals. 3 posts for the Saints. They move back in, tied up high, lead to the right wing. Has Brierly shuffling down the far wall. Skips it in behind the net, just out of Thoyer's reach in back. Up the near wall, Thoyer lays a hit. It's tied up, Locke in back. Gertis there, though, for the Caps, and the Saints strip it. Locke taking toward the front. It's kicked free to the left wing. Fleece right off the bench. Bobbles, feeds in front. It goes wide off the corner wall and back to center. 8 minutes to play in the second. Saints, a couple good chances there with the fourth line. They bank it in deep and chase, but it's Brooks first for the Caps. His outlet all the way down the ice. Icing will be called if Dubuque gets there, and he does. So the whistle with 7:52 to play. To the left, it is Merrill to take. Saints can't win it. Merrill keeps it in. Centering pass from the half wall was blocked and turned to center. Josephson Westling works back and feeds along. It hit the Fighting Saints bench, so the whistle comes with 7:40 to play in the second. 2-0. Fighting Saints trail this game, and we'll take a break here in Middleton. It's 2-0 Caps past the halfway mark today.
Turpin Dodge of Dubuque knows your vehicle is more than just a way to get from point A to point B. It's how you live your life. From tough Ram trucks built for heavy lifting to sleek, stylish Chrysler Pacificas made for smooth cruising, or rugged Jeep SUVs to tackle any terrain and adventure, Turpin has the ride that fits your world. Whether you're taking on a big project, heading out for a weekend getaway, or just need something reliable for your daily drive, you'll find your perfect ride at Turpin Dodge of Dubuque, where performance meets lifestyle.
Hi, this is Michael Barron, and you are listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network on Eagle 102.3 and FloHockey.
Fighting Saints back home this coming week against the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. It's 80s night, presented by Family Beer and Liquor, and then that's at home Friday. Big one on Saturday on the road as well in Green Bay for the Fighting Saints, as they are on the road today in Middleton against the Caps. Saints looking to get on the board for the first time today. Down 2-0, 7:39 left in this second period. Neutral zone draw outside the Saints blue line. Merrill and Doshin will take. It is won by Madison. Tang takes across the line, but the Saints flip it back to center there. 7.5 to go in the second period. Saints down a pair. Doshin up the right side. Tang avoids a check. The shot sticked away by Humbalik in front, and the Fighting Saints going back in the corner to the circle. Sneak chases to the front. Saints find, thrown to the top by Merrill and just by Kaweja, who goes back to center for it. Shoveled back in. Saints go after it, and Besnier will leave free. Breakout on for Dubuque. Merrill bouncing puck toward the blue line. He does get to center, but it's tied back up, and then in the neutral zone, Kaweja goes back in, and the Capitals offside there with 6:53 to play in the second. 2-0. Saints trail this game. Outside the blue line. Saints at their own line. Ortpana to take the draw against Capel, just outside Dubuque's blue line to the right. Under 7 to play in the second. It's 2-0 Capitals. Dubuque wins, and Lafdone jets across ice to pick it up. Saints breakout, intercepted. Pitsley right back into the Saints end to the right. It's Laftone knocking free and back. Richards laying the hit on Ryder and taking him to the wall. The Saints digging in behind their own net. It's battled for behind Humboldt, and the Capitals take to the corner wall. Otpina works up the boards. Ryder picks off the shot up top, blocked by Richards. That stung him, but the Saints move it to center. Richards stumbling to the bench as the Saints go into the offensive end. Chasing after it in the corner. Saints up top, they can't find. In center, Kritzky moves it along. It bounces free in the neutral zone. The Saints have it. Ekman into the zone. Josephson Wessling settling to the puck, and it bounces off a stick up and out of play. Top line out for the Fighting Saints. Aaron will take the draw, left circle. Saints win. Barron toward the top, fan on the pass, and it's taken away by the Caps. Ahead in center, left wing pass. Varla all the way in deep. Brierly chases him to the end wall. It's loose in behind. Aaron forks ahead. The Saints with Dabrowski taking it back up the boards and knocked away there. Thrown in on net, glove down by the Saints goaltender Humboldt, and they'll move forward. Aaron lost the puck though, and it's right back in. Griva holds up at the line, then it's filtered back in. Saints behind their net. Brierly shifting free up the near side to the neutral zone. 5:20 to play in the second. Right wing pass behind Dabrowski. He picks back up. Joining the rush. The pass then behind Kritzky. He holds it up on the left point. Then down the wall. Cycles for the Saints. In behind, Dabrowski chases in the corner boards, working off the wall, lost it. It comes up top. Kritzky gloves down, and it's pumped to center by the Caps. Loose there, ahead on the stretch pass. Prudhomme takes into the zone on the breakaway. His shot, he scores. He goes 5-hole, and Prudhomme puts the Capitals up 3-0. 5 minutes to go in the second. The Saints couldn't keep it in at the blue line, and then they couldn't disrupt the rush up ice. It's 3-0 Capitals. Prudhomme has his third of the season and breaks an 11-game point drought. Fighting Saints are down by 3. Prudhomme up the far side and in deep Saints end. It is tied up across the back of the Saints net. It is Teo Besnier up the near side, chopped free, 4:40 to play, and in the neutral zone it's picked off by Dubuque. Lieb across ice, Locke jets forward into the zone, he'll snap, it's gloved by Cry, he holds on to it there. Locke with some speed through the neutral zone there, but Cry makes another stop. It's his 5th of this period, and his 17th overall. Shots are 17 apiece. It's 3-0. Capitals, puck in the Saints offensive zone. They can't win it, and it is played ahead. Left wing in behind the Capitals cage. They outlet. The Saints pick it off, throw it back along. Fleece changes direction, chases in after it. Saints can't find up the far boards. Frank with Fleece and Merrill on this shift. Up the right wing. Frank working back, can't find it, and it's played ahead. Snee across the neutral zone into the Saints end. Tip toward the front, swatted away there by Dubuque. And Fleece from his own end, long pass up in the air. Gloved at by Merrill, he is able to move into the zone. Right wing, cross ice for Frank, holds, and he waited a little too long. It was tipped away from him. Fleece takes over, skates down low, shot on goal, saved by Cry. Fleece took it right to the blue paint, and Cry made the stop. 3:38 left in this second period. The Saints have created some good looks, but Cry's been great today, and the Saints, again, unable to beat a goaltender. Last night, 37 shots against Sioux Falls, and Leonard's Feldbergs made 36 saves against Dubuque. Today, it's Brady Cry, who's 18 for 18 now. Fighting Saints, offensive end, they take the face-off, a hit by Josephson Westling, but the puck moves back to center. Saints, right side, flip it along and chase after it. Orpana couldn't hold on, and offside called. Fighting Saints, right to left. It is Richards banking in deep. And the Saints rush after it. Ekman far side, tied up in the corner wall. Josephson Westling, Ekman, Orpana on the ice. Saints can't win the battle, and it's outletted to center. Ryder chasing in after Richards, streaking back to cut him off. The shot in front, saved by Humbalik. He went across the blue paint, and the goaltender stopped it with the right pad. Saints pick up behind the net. And Dubuque will outlet. Ekman ahead on the far side. It's loose. Dubuque up the near wing into its own end, and the Saints can't find. Griva's shot blocked in front. Orpana does find now, and he'll move it to the neutral zone. Chipped along. Fry picks up. 2.5 to play in the second. Saints back into the defensive zone. Varla chops it wide on the backhand. Far wing. Dabrowski another shift up front with Barron and Aaron, and it is Fry on the left point. Griva down the far boards. Touch back to the front. Varla shot wide. Stout in deep in the corner for Madison on the cycle. 2:05 to play in the second. Far boards. Saints can't tip out. It's Fry down low. Twist to the front. One-timer wide by Gustav Griva, and in the corner he has it back. To the point, it's Stout, right wing. Griva holds on, flips back door, kicked wide by Rehards Griva, and into the top it is Stout. Right point. Again, this top line for the Saints hemmed in a little bit. They had a chance to clear, but couldn't connect on it. Back in deep to the front. Varla shot blocked. Stout down low, cutting to the front. In front, one-timer, they score. It's Smith, his second of the game. It's 4-0 Caps with 1:35 left in the second. The Saints stuck in their own end a while there, had a couple chances to get out, and it ends up on Smith's stick. It's a 4-0 Capitals lead with 1:35 left. Saints at center ice. 90 seconds to go in the period. Win the draw, and they'll hammer it in deep. Dubuque behind the net, forces free. Lead fans on the pass back toward the top, and Thoyer on the near wing, able to take back over. Brierly on the left wing, in behind the net. Varla and Gustavs. Griva get the assist. It's cranked to center off the glass. Brierly ahead. Final minute of this second period. Saints go back for the puck and look to move forward. Right wing pass, lead to center. Saints across the center ice logo. The pass in front of Locke. Icing called against Dubuque. It is won by the Saints, and Laftone ahead. Behind Thoyer, couldn't hang on. He blocked the pass back in, but it goes right to Doshin's stick. He drags the shot blocked by Brierly, and the Saints outlet lead. Twisting to center, gets the red line, throws it in deep. 35 to go in the period. Saints down 4-0 on the road this afternoon in Madison. Neutral zone. Saints in the loose puck. It's Frank coming away with it. Left wing pass. Locked back toward the right circle. Merrill blast. It's saved or blocked up out of play by the Capitals. They get a stick in and up out of play. Fighting Saints again. Can't connect on a shot. 18 of them so far for the Saints. Brady Cry has stopped them all. Saints win the draw again. Tipped in front, they score. It's Mason Fleece. They right off the face-off. The shot was blocked. It rolled just to the side of the net, and Fleece had the whole net to shoot at. Mason Fleece tips in, and the Saints get on the board with 17.3 left in this second period. He ties Colin Frank back for second on the team with 19, and the Saints get on the board here in this one. 17.3 seconds left in the period. Big one for the Saints to try and mount a comeback here in the final 20-plus minutes. It's ahead from Madison. Across the Dubuque line, Sunda cranks back along. The Saints pick up. 10 seconds in the period. Merrill charging forward. Left wing holds on. He's shoved to the corner wall and can't hang on to it. Tied up with a second left. The horn will sound. And that is all for the second period of play. Some pushing and shoving in the corner. Network. On the Turp and Dodge intermission report, Josh Starr with you here. The Saints get a goal with just 17 seconds left in the second period, but it's their first of the day after going down 4-0. Sammy Smith and Lucas Prudhomme scored for the Caps in the second period. Smith second of the day, and the Capitals with a 4-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. Shots in this contest so far are 21-20 in favor of the Capitals. 12-8 Caps advantage in the second period, as the Saints gave up a couple of really good chances in front that ended up by Wojtek Kumbalik. Mason Fleece, the late goal for the Saints from Frank and Merrill to get some momentum, and then to start this third period, it will be 4-on-4. Some roughing penalties, I would imagine, are called. We don't have official word yet on what the penalties were, but the signal at the end of the second was 4-on-4 hockey to start the third. So it's a 3-goal Capitals advantage as we get set for the third period. Coming up, Saint for Life Spotlight, and then the third period. Here in Middleton, Wisconsin, it's the Fighting Saints and the Capitals. Madison leading it 4-1 after 40.
Time for another Saint for Life spotlight as we check in on former Fighting Saints and see how they're faring at the next level. We'll start this edition in the ECHL with Connor Kurth and the Orlando Solar Bears. Kurth, with Michael Barron passing him this past weekend on the all-time points list for the Saints, is now in 5th on that list, 122 career points for Dubuque before heading to the University of Minnesota and now in the ECHL as a Tampa Bay Lightning prospect. He scored his 6th goal of the season for the Solar Bears this past week against Idaho.
Breaking up the middle, a chance for the newcomer, Olsen. Save, rebound, scores! Connor Kurth.
Now we move on to the college ranks and two very familiar faces so far this season on this update. Heikki Ruohonen scoring yet another goal in this season after his great performance at World Juniors. He scored a power play goal for Harvard this past week, his 3rd of the season against St. Lawrence.
Bracco gonna feed this rush up. Thompson back for Tresca. Tresca looking for Thompson. Cleaning up is Heikki Ruohonen.
Another player frequently featured on the Saint for Life spotlight this season, Lucas Van Vliet, and he keeps on scoring for St. Thomas. Now has 9 goals and 25 points over 23 games for the Tommies in his freshman season. And another power play snipe for Lucas Van Vliet this past weekend against Bemidji State.
Cheslock at the point. Far side, Van Vliet. Wrist shot and a goal! Power play goal by St. Thomas. Lucas Van Vliet strikes again. And it's 3-1. As you see the shot there.
That does it for this week's Saint for Life spotlight. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit alliantenergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Hey, I'm the Crawford guy.
Ooh, do you guys always speak at the same time?
Sorry, I'll go first. You know, if you need help with your heating or air conditioning, or plumbing, Crawford Company can solve your problem.
But what about your problem?
What problem?
Do you not hear yourselves? Take it from me, the Crawford lady.
And me, the Crawford guy.
Crawford is the comfort company.
Visit CrawfordNorth.com.
Are you looking for a lunch spot that feels like home? Swing by the Doghouse Lounge. Sink your teeth into our legendary Carmichael burger to classic sandwiches, wings, appetizers, and more. We serve up great food with a side of good company and friendly staff. Whether you're on your lunch break or catching up with friends, our relaxed, welcoming atmosphere is the perfect midday escape. Great food, cold drinks, and a local vibe that's as real as it gets. The Doghouse Lounge is open every day of the week and always serving food. The Doghouse Lounge, right on Asbury Road. Come for lunch, stay for the atmosphere.
Ready to
Windstar Lines is a family-owned and operated local Dubuque charter bus company that has been serving customers nationwide since 1995. With 8 Midwestern hubs and a varied fleet, including minibuses, motor coaches, sleeper buses, and vans, we are able to accommodate any group, large or small, to any destination near or far. With over 20 years in the travel and tourism industry, our reputation for superior safety, impeccable equipment, and unparalleled customer service makes us the right choice for your group's transportation needs. Now hiring full and part-time drivers. Go Windstar.
This season, Renewal by Anderson is a proud partner of the Dubuque Fighting Saints. Come cheer on the Fighting Saints and stop by our Renewal by Anderson table at select games. Learn more about our beautiful, energy-efficient windows and doors. Schedule your free in-home consultation, or just say hi. Don't miss your chance to connect with your local Renewal by Anderson team that's dedicated to improving your home. Renewal by Anderson of Eastern Iowa. Let's go Saints!
3, 2, 1, and we're on.
Today we're talking about I'm On.
Yeah, you're on.
I know I'm on. I need to talk about I'm On.
Yeah, you're on. Why talk about it?
No, that's in the script. I'm on.
Well, we know you're on.
No, Iowa's most reliable internet. I'm on.
Yes, you are on.
Stay always on.
You're on!
Stay always on with Iowa's most reliable internet and get same-day or next-day installation guaranteed. I'm on.net.
Oh, I'm on.net. Why didn't you say so?
Summer nights are busy, but Pizza Ranch is making it easy for families on the go. Whether you're coming from the ball field, the soccer pitch, or fun at the park, the Pizza Ranch buffet is now open later. Buffet your way every night until 9. Let the kids fuel up, then burn off that energy in the Fun Zone arcade. And if you just want to kick back at home, Pizza Ranch delivers later on Friday and Saturday nights until 10. Great food, family fun, and the hours that work with your schedule only at your Dubuque Pizza Ranch. Because when the game ends, the good times don't have to.
Ready to unleash?
Hi, my name is Mason Fleece, and you're listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network.
On Eagle 1023.
Set for third period action in Middleton. It is 4-on-4 to start this third period between the Fighting Saints and the Capitals. Dexter Brooks heads over to the box. I think it's Mason Fleece for the Saints. A little scrum at the end of the second period. So the Fighting Saints for this third period, 4 aside. Merrill and Barron up front. Besnier and Nilsunda on the point. The Saints left to right in white sweaters in the third. Caps in navy in front of Brady Cry, who's been really strong in this game. He's 19 of 20 in net to the right. Merrill against Capel to start off the third. Saints down 4-1. They got one in the final 20 seconds of the second period. Looking to capitalize on that momentum. Saints left to right, hammer it in deep. Cry in behind the net, holds up and feeds to the corner wall. Gertis bobbles and starts forward for the Capitals into the neutral zone. Capel swings wide left near circle, shovels to the net, stopped by Humbalik. Saints pick up in back. 20 seconds in to this third period. 4-on-4 for the first 2 minutes of this third period as Merrill winds to center. Left wing, Sunda fans on the pass, tips it in. Merrill chases after it to the corner wall. Teddy Merrill shovels around the boards. It's by all the way back up top in the neutral zone. The Saints find with Lafdone fresh off the bench. Right wing, he'll streak into the zone. Stops inside the blue line, feeds to the slot, tipped through. Merrill left wing, chipping to the corner, and it was taken over there by Doshin. The Saints drop back. Gertis to the Dubuque line. Lafdone seals that off. Has Barron moving to center into the zone. Right wing. Barron dragging on the circle. He ripped it just wide. Up top on the left. Brierly couldn't keep in. Lafdone up top. A minute in to the third, and the Saints throw it back along, but it goes out of play. 4-1 the score early in the third. 51 to go on this 4-on-4. Xavier Lieb and Gavin Locke forward combo for this draw. Doobie and Richards on the blue line. Neutral zone face-off. Fighting Saints can't win it. It's the Caps. Buckberger, Stout, Varla, and Pitsley on the ice for the Caps. Right to left, Buckberger churning to center into the zone. It's Varla back toward the front, tipped wide by Buckberger. The Saints looking for the long outlet. It was tipped and picked up in center by Stout. Caps in offside at the Saints line, 90 seconds in to the third period. 4-1 Caps early in the third. 4-on-4 for another 25. Saints win a neutral zone draw and move towards center, but Richards bobbles and lost the puck. Cross ice down up the left side. Weaves to the Saints line. Stopped at the top of the circle by Locke. It banked ahead. Lieb couldn't get there. Turn right back down the wall. Locke picks off. Twirls to center. Jets across the line. On the right wing, it was tipped away from him. In on goal, and Cry covers up at the side of his net. With 2 seconds left on the 4-on-4. And just about two minutes in to this third period. 3-goal lead for the Capitals early in the third. Fighting Saints looking for some spark offensively to try to get back in this game. They got a goal very late in the second from Mason Fleece, his 19th. But still, they were down 4-0. It's now 4-1. Puck off the draw, won by the Caps. Back to 5-on-5. Fleece out of the box, stays on the ice with Aaron and Frank up front. Fleece lays a hit in the corner wall. Wanted to try and pin it to the wall, but he couldn't find the puck. It's back along. Into the Saints end, Kritzky flies across ice. Bank pass tipped in by Fleece. He'll chase in behind the Capitals cage, and he's sealed off there. Madison along, and to center on the left wing. Ryder weaves to the Dubuque line, right wing. Stops at the top of the zone. Saints pick that off. Aaron bobbles to center. Frank picks up. Right wing. Frank knuckles to the net, and that is gloved by Cry. He holds on. 2:38 into the third.
Is your go-to store for all of your sports gear needs. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade in your gently used equipment, it's Play It Again Sports.
4-1. Capitals lead. Saints with Orpana, Dabrowski, and Ekman. The offensive end for the faceoff. Tied up. Orpana tipped away from him to the half wall. He then knuckles free in the corner. Spun up the boards, and Madison there. Tang to center. Chops it into the Saints end. In the corner, Sunda upended. Saints in back, looking for the loose puck. Knocked ahead. Dabrowski rumbles forward. He's checked in center, and the Saints can't hold on to the puck. Dump back in. 3 minutes gone in the third. Saints down 3. Lafdone, long stretch up the far side. Ekman had it in his skates and couldn't control it. Swatted in by Doshin, and Humbalik quickly up the wall. Dabrowski tips. Orpana knuckles forward. It's blocked. Saints jab away at the puck in front of their own bench. Inside the red line, the Saints pick back up. Lafdone and his own blue ahead. Sunda banks to center. Josefson Westling had it hop over his stick, and the outlet for Varla up the right side for Madison. 3.5 into the third. Saints down 4-1. Rehards Grieva up the near half wall. Gustav's waiting on the dasher, and it's tied up to the circles. Lafdone there for the Saints. Peels out of traffic and outlets. Barron shuffles through the neutral zone. Cross ice feed. Josefson Westling tops it into the offensive end, but Buckberger is there for the Caps to break out. Varla wheeling to center. Big hit by Josefson Westling, who was lining it up, and he disrupted that chance. So the Saints force the Caps back. Up the wall. Aaron took the worst of a hit by Josefson Westling. And the Fighting Saints ahead from center. Left to right. It's Besnier to Barron into the zone. Tipping on the far wall. The Saints can't hang on. 4.5 gone in the third. It's a 3-goal Caps lead. Puck wide of the Saints net to the circle. The shot blocked in front. Barron chips it forward, then Lieb races to center. Right wing, banks it in, he'll chase after it, and he's upended there. It will be a penalty against the Capitals. Fighting Saints get the first power play chance of the day. Interference the call, and with 4:43 gone in the third, the Saints a chance to get back within 2. The first power play is Fry, goes off for interference. Yesterday, the Saints just 1 for 7, but 5 of those 7 chances came without Teddy Merrill, who was in the box after a fight for 15 minutes, and the Saints had 5 power play opportunities over that stretch of time. Saints power play leads the USHL 28.7%, 3 for 13 against the Caps this season. Capitals PK, 5th in the league, 80.5. Saints offensive end to the right. Tie up, they win it. Besnier, right point with the top unit on the ice. Half wall on the near wing, Barron banks up top. Almost 5 played in this third period, and Besnier's pass across ice was tipped up and out of play. Frank scored the power play goal a night ago for the Saints. It was his 19th of the year, 7th on the power play. He's got 16 goals of his 19 in the last 20 games. Colin Frank. Saints near circle to the right. Merrill, Frank, Barron, Aaron, and Besnier, this top unit for the Saints. They win the draw. Aaron to the top. Besnier walks the line. Right wing pass. Barron through the seam to the left for Frank. He'll fire, tip, they score. Aaron redirects in front. And the Fighting Saints are within 2, a power play goal with 5 minutes gone in the third. Charlie Aaron firing up the bench on his way back, and the Fighting Saints are within a pair. 15 minutes to play in regulation. Charlie has his 13th of the year. Aaron, not necessarily the most vocal guy on the team, but he was fired up and trying to get the energy up on the bench on his way back through the line there. Saints assistant captain with a big goal on the power play. And it is thrown in on net from center from the Caps, so Humbalik covers up. Aaron didn't even get the stick to it. He got a shin pad to it. And it counts nonetheless. Charlie Aaron has the Saints within 2 on the power play. 5-12 into the third. We'll take a break. The Saints with 2 straight to try and get back in this one.
Ready to unleash some serious horsepower? Turpin Dodge of Dubuque has the power play you've been waiting for. Whether you need the strength of a Ram truck or the speed and agility of a Charger, they've got the right vehicle to dominate your daily grind. Looking for something for the whole family? Their lineup of spacious SUVs and dependable sedans are built to keep your crew comfortable and safe. With an expert service team, Turpin will keep you driving strong from face-off to final buzzer. Head to Turpin Dodge of Dubuque, the ultimate power play for your next vehicle.
Hi, this is Charlie Aaron, and you're listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network on Eagle 102.3 and FloHockey.
Fighting Saints Top Shelf Team Store, open at all home games. Coming up February 5th, Thursday. Cool shirt, some stickers available for that game in the store, and all the Saints normal red and white and some black in the store. Go check it out next Friday. Saints back home against Cedar Rapids. 5 1/4 into the third. A power play goal by Charlie Aaron has the Saints within 2. They were trailing 4-0 in this game. They win a defensive zone draw, and they throw it all the way down the ice on goal, and the pressure against Cry forces him to cover it up. So the Saints will get an offensive zone draw. Fighting Saints, Aaron's 13th on the power play.
And thousands of businesses. That's Pelletieri.
Fighting Saints within a couple. As the face-off in the Capitals' end is won by Madison and turned forward. The right wing shot rifles off the end glass. Saints can't find the rebound. Stout up top, deflected to the front. Glove down by Humbalik. It hit him and bounced out, but he dove on top of it and covered it up with 5:30. Saints in their own zone for the face-off. They spin it up the wall, and Gertis keeps in on the left point. Back down the boards, in behind the Dubuque net. Rihards Griva shovels toward the front, goes all the way through. Tip to the near corner board. Sunda across ice, swats ahead. One hand on the stick, ahead to the half wall, tipped free to the slot, but the Saints will find there with Melvin Ekman, and he rolls to center. Pass deflected in the neutral zone. Odpana picks up, wheels in, right side, cuts to the front, shoveled across the blue paint, and it's picked off there by Rihard Skriva and out to center. Bounce by Varla into the corner wall. His pass in behind the net goes all the way up the boards, and Dabrowski slips to center for the Saints. 13:40 left in regulation. Saints down 4-2. They were down 4-0. A goal late in the second, and now a power play goal in the third for the Fighting Saints. Turned in wide of the Dubuque net, and Fleece will charge ahead. Far boards, and the Saints can't get in deep. Tang ahead, right wing feed. It's Doshin, long shot wide of the cage. Frank tips up the near boards. Saints can't get out. It is blocked by Frank. It goes down the wall. Madison to the high slot. Tang, sure, his shot. It was off a body, and it goes wide into the corner. He made a nice move, but Brierly blocked it. Saints up the far boards, and it does tip to center. 13 to play in the third. 4-2 Capitals. Fighting Saints looking to complete a comeback on the row. They're down 2. Fleece charging up the left side. Rifles wide of the net off the end boards. Frank up the wall, up top. Richards blast. It was wide of a jumping Fleece. Merrill takes off the corner boards. Chases in back. Shovels in back and behind in the corner. Fleece to the top. Richards shot blocked in front by Brooks. Saints pick back up in the corner. Frank's pass blocked. Turned ahead by the Caps. Kritzky tipped it free briefly, but then Brooks will take it back to center and in deep to the Saints end. 12 1/4 left in the third period. Saints down 4-2. Left to right, they move to center. It's Kritzky, legs moving across the red line, weaves into the zone. Lincoln Kritzky, left wing shot. It was blocked wide. Goes off the end glass and then back to center. Across the Dubuque line, Smith curls and drags. He ripped it just wide. It would have been a hat trick for him as the Fighting Saints go back for the puck into the corner wall. In behind the Saints net, Laftone spins away from a check. Charlie Aaron, who just brought the Saints within 2, flips forward, has Barron to center. Cross-ice pass, it was blocked, and it's picked back up by the Capitals. Stout outlets, Cover through center, shovels across the Dubuque line, and the Saints back for it. 11 1/2 to play. Barron twirls into the zone, his pass across ice blocked. Back in center, the Saints pick it up. Saints across the far side, swatted ahead. It skipped by Barron, and Buckberger outlets. Dubuque intercepts at its line, and in front of the Saints bench, it's twirled back in by the Caps. Shoveled to center, Locke chasing after it, right wing into the zone. Gavin Locke holds on the half wall, feeds to the front, tipped wide by Lieb. He goes in back, pin to the boards. Thoyer in to help for the Saints and lays it back to the top. Sunda across ice, right point, is shot deflected, rebound in front. The Saints dig away, it's covered by Cry. Thoyer was threatening, so was Lieb, but the Saints can't beat Cry there. He's able to cover it up. 4-2 Caps, 10:50 to play in the third period.
Chiropractic to keep you at your best.
Face off near circle. This line has created some good looks today. Thoyer has hit a post, and Locke has hit 2 posts in this game. It could be different if those chances fell for the Fighting Saints. Dubuque wins the draw. Doobie settles a bouncer at the point and chips it in back. Lieb racing after it, catches an edge. It goes into the corner wall, and the Capitals will break out. Right to left, chipped in the neutral zone. Huge hit by Brant Doobie in front of the Saints bench. Bench loves that. Saints ahead, left to right. Locke sprinting to the zone. He got tipped away from him at the line. Saints pick back up in center, and Lieb shovels it in. Saints peel back on the change, and it is Madison ahead. Kawaja right to left across the Dubuque line. Far circle, wide to the corner. Kawaja checked by a couple Saints, scooped ahead by Lieb and out to center. Locke racing after Brooks. Brooks just throws to the neutral zone, and Dubuque able to tip it free there. Rolled in by Brierly. Cry out of the net, stops it, and leaves to the corner. Saints with Fleece, Merrill, Dabrowski on the ice. They pick it up in center halfway through the third. Richards outlet blocked, goes into the zone. Saints down 2. Final 10 minutes of regulation as they are offside. at the line. Merrill picked up the loose puck on the far side, but Fleece had been tied up on the other side of the ice. 9:45 to play in the third. Saints down a pair on the road.
Summer nights are busy, but Pizza Ranch is making it easy for families on the go. Whether you're coming from the ball field, the soccer pitch, or fun at the park, the Pizza Ranch buffet is now open later. Buffet your way every night until 9. Let the kids fuel up, then burn off that energy in the Fun Zone arcade. And if you just want to kick back at home, Pizza Ranch delivers later on Friday and Saturday nights until 10. Great food, family fun, and the hours that work with your schedule only at your Dubuque Pizza Ranch. Because when the game ends, the good times don't have to.
Hi, my name is Mason Fleece, and you're listening to the Dubuque Fighting Saints Broadcast Network.
On Eagle 102.3.
On the road in Middleton today for the Fighting Saints, finishing up this 3-game weekend and trying to dig out of a large deficit this afternoon. They were down 4-0 and kind of dug their own grave a little bit with some of the early goals against. They played off the rush a couple times, gave up some really good looks, and trying to get back in this game, the Fighting Saints. Down 2 with 9:40 to play. Left to right, Frank across the line. Fleece, far side, holds on the half wall for Merrill, who's checked, and the puck into the corner wall. Saints block it, it's loose to the circles, and the Capitals able to twist it free from there. Saints pick it back up. They move in. Chipped by on the circle for Merrill. Loose to the corner. Fleece hammers it in back. Merrill to the corner near wing. Frank picks up. He holds on. Up the wall. Down low. It was blocked. And then hit Doshin up high. He heads off the ice. The Fighting Saints go back to retrieve. In behind their own net. Saints ahead. Near wall. Frank across ice. Has Besnier on the outlet. Glove down by Fleece into the zone. Down low, far side, Fleece holds up, centering pass for Merrill. Shovels on net, save, rebound goes back to Merrill, but it bounced right by him, and it's back to center ice. 8:50 to play in the third. Saints down 4-2. They were down 4-0 in this game. The Fighting Saints, Brant Dubuque picks off in front of his own net. The Saints tip to center, but not enough on it to get out. Or hold on through the neutral zone. It's rifled back into the Saints' end. Dubuque shovels forward. Breakout on for the Saints. Cross ice. Ortbana. Left wing into the zone. Far dot to the bottom of the circle. Hard angle shot off the outside of the net. Puck up top. Sunda down the wing. In behind the cage. Saints up the far corner. Ekman stood into a Capital, and the Caps find a way to move the puck by him. Smith to center. Hammers in. Saints go back for the puck. Dubuque. Far side, quickly to center, tipped in by Ekman. Saints will finish a change with 8 minutes left in the third period. 4-2 game. Gertis ahead for the Capitals, right to left. Kawaja through center, right wing pass, Ryder to the Saints line. Cuts to the high circle, down low, back in on net, saved by Humbalik, rebound tucked wide, goes off the glass up top, kept in by Kawaja. He bent down with the glove, right wing shot, save, rebound, right pad stop, again turned so wide of the net by Capel. Up high, Kawaja, center point feed, Gertis shifts wide right, his shot hit a body in front, rebound stop, they score. The second chance goes in for Pitsley, and it's a 5-2 Capitals lead. Once again, a 3-goal advantage back for the Caps. The Saints hemmed in again in their own end with the top line on the ice, and the rebound. Third chance there for Pitsley. Beats Humbalik. It's Pitsley's 4th of the season. The Fighting Saints, again, can't win a couple of battles, and it ends up in the back of their net. 5-2, the Capitals lead, 7.5 to play.
Madison Capitals goal.
Saints ahead, left to right off the draw. Right wing, Thoyer. He'll spin it in deep. All the way in back, far side. Brooks up the wall. Saints tie it up, but it's swatted down the ice. Lafdone goes back and gets the icing call with 7:10 to go in this third period.
From custom team gear to everyday apparel, Ameriprint brings quality and style to Madison. Check out Ameriprint.
Fry skates behind his own net and chops it off the glass to center. Brierly outlets ahead. Thoyer right back into the zone for the Saints. Trevor Thoyer wheels left wing. He gets upended to the corner wall, sandwiched. The puck in his skates. He comes away with it. Skates in behind the net. Centering pass blocked. And Varla will bobble it to center ice. Gets the red line and chips in. 6:45 to play in the third. Saints got within 2 after going down 4-0, but the Capitals just went back ahead with a 5th goal by Pitsley, and the Saints turn. By the Caps and flipped forward by Tang. Saints glove it down and rifled back in by Besnier. Merrill picks up bottom of the near circle. His pass across ice tip. Fleece swatted in the air but couldn't connect. Up the far side. Tied up to the point. Sunda rolls it back down low. Merrill takes it off the wall to Fleece behind the net. Cutting to the left circle as Frank at the bottom of the ring to the wall. Frank moves up top. He has a Capital all over him. His pass blocked back to center. 6:05 to play in the third. Saints down 3. Frank holding up in the neutral zone. Right wing pass, Fleece across the line and in deep to the corner wall. Rolled in around the boards, left side. Merrill holds up on the hash marks. He was checked. It comes free to the circle. Then Frank up top trying to move down low. It got blocked by Stout and he bumps to center. Dubuque in the neutral zone for the Saints. The outlet right back in for Dubuque. Onside, Fleece left wing feed for Merrill. Takes it behind, up in the top of the slot. He ripped it just wide. Dubuque on the point, blast wide of the net. Up top on the right, Merrill picks up and he'll fling to the net. That was knocked down by Cry with the glove hand and back to center. 5:20 left in the third. Saints down 3. Cry stops the roll in. The Saints pick up at the point and they say it went out to center. Pass Lafdone, so the Saints have to touch up. Caps chip it off the glass, thrown down by Locke. He tips forward for Barron. Short side, he missed it wide. Off the glass, up top. Brierly in from the point, moves to the corner. The Saints have the net empty. Extra skater on for Dubuque with 5 minutes to play. Evan Dixon aggressive on these fronts. It's Orpana cutting toward the front of the net. His backhand try, save, rebound, hammered wide by Brierly. It's Barron on the far wall. Empty net for Dubuque, down 3, under 5 to play. Dubuque, left side on the point, across the blue line. Brierly slides down low, and the whistle comes. Signal is no change against the Capitals, and the net came off is why the whistle blew.
The whole team will be out there signing autographs and interacting with fans. That's a post-game skate.
4:38 to play in the third. Fighting Saints have pulled Wojtek Hambalek with 5 minutes left in this game. They're down 3. Saw this early in Friday's game. Sioux Falls pulled the goaltender pretty early. And Evan Dixon, this is his mentality. Get the goalie to the bench, give yourself a shot. Down 3, 4:38 to play. Saints have the extra skater on the ice. Face-off won by the Caps and flipped to center. Lafdone racing back for it. Behind his own empty net, he has the puck. The outlet for Gavin Locke. Left wing pass in center. It's stumbling through. Saints kick it into the zone. Barron on the near wall, chops it into the corner. Locke waits behind the net, has Aaron cycling. Aaron throws it off the back of the net. Capel is there, up the wall and out. Goes back down the ice. Lafdone racing after it, and he gets there first, but Ryder strips him. In behind the Saints empty net, a pass to the front, blocked by Lafdone. He'll take it ahead. Barron to center. 4 minutes to play. Saints have the empty net, down 3. Left wing, Locke into the offensive end. His pass to the top, blocked. It's Pitsley rolling to center. The Saints clear that away and bank back along. Orpana working back, picks up in center, rolls into the zone. Left wing pass, Aaron hammers around the boards, near corner wall, Locke cycles, right circle, shot in front, block, goes to the left wing boards. Brierly from there, throws to the front. Buckberger blocks that, rolls up the right point. Richards keeps in to the circle for Locke, 3.5 to play. Saints down 3 with the net empty. Richards up top, D-to-D for Brierly. His shot blocked up high. Back to him at the point. Down the left wing for Frank. On the hash marks up top, Saints go across the blue line. Richards was moving down low. He'll pass the puck down behind the net, and the net comes off again as Cry went to push off the post, and it all came off its moorings. 3:10 to go in the third. That was some extended pressure there for Dubuque with the net empty, but still nothing doing. They're down 5-2 with 3:10 left in the third. Right circle, Teddy Merrill taking the face off with 3:10 to go in the third. Saints are down 3. They have the goaltender pulled. They pulled Humbalik with just under 5 minutes to play. They win the draw. Left wing, Besnier blast, blocked by Buckberger. Pitsley throws it down the ice. It skips all the way down. Frank racing back. He gets the icing call with 2:58 to play. Both coaches have their timeouts remaining in this game. The Saints are down 3 with 3 minutes left. Friday night, Saints scored twice in 1:37. That was in the second period. Helped them come back from down 2-0 to tie the game against Sioux Falls. They need 3 in the final 3 minutes of regulation to try and get a look at least overtime in this one. Tied up, they have the net empty. It's been so for 2 minutes. Saints haven't scored. A delayed call coming against the Caps. Left side, Besnier, one-timer, saved and covered by Cry, but a penalty coming against Madison. It is Varla who's headed to the penalty box. 2 minutes for high sticking. The Fighting Saints have a chance at a 6-on-4 advantage for 2 minutes. 2:48 left on the third period clock. .248 to play. Saints have the goaltender pulled. Looking for some late magic on the road. They're down 3. 5-2 the score. It was 4-0 Madison. Then it was 4-2, but the Caps added some insurance here in the third. Saints win the draw. 6-on-4 advantage with the net empty. Besnier right side for Barron. To the front. Redirected. It's loose and thrown to center and back down the ice. Saints go after it as Besnier picks up. No icing as it's a penalty kill for the Capitals. The Saints have the net empty. 2.5 to play in the third. They're down 3. Barron sprints across the Madison line. Wide right. He's stripped, and it's kept in at the point by Besnier. Left wing feed. Frank down low. His shot. He missed it wide. Barron picks up on the half wall. Right wing to the hash marks. And bottom of the circle. Lays it up top. Besnier. Left side. Frank on the dot through the seam. Back to Barron. He'll rip out in front. It's redirected in the blue paint and covered up by Cry. It hit a couple skates. The Saints had a loose puck to find, but Cry gets there first. He ends up covering that puck with his face turned toward the goal. And the Saints can't find the loose puck. 2:07 to play in the third. Saints down 5-2. They have the goalie pulled. 1:19 remaining on a penalty against Varla for high sticking. So it's 6-on-4 for the Saints. They've put on the pressure in the final few minutes, but they dug themselves a hole in this one. Saints down the right wing boards. They win the draw. To the top, Ekman, right point. Shot deflected by Lieb, and it's covered away by the Capitals to center. Laftone couldn't keep in. Under 2 left in the third. Saints still down 3. Locke rolls it in. A minute to go on the power play. Near corner wall. Ekman slides to the boards. Lieb up top has Laftone across ice. Locke on the left circle. He'll rip. It was blocked wide. Josephson Westling to the corner boards, picks up with 1:35 to play. Kicked up the wall, loose and battled for Madison ends. Saints work back to the top. Right side, Ekman looking to the front. He ripped. It was a shoulder save by Cry in the corner. Saints find it's Josephson Westling. 1:20 to play. Saints goalie pulled on the power play for 30 seconds more. Ekman picks up right point. Down the wall, shovels to the top. Lafdone fires, hit, leave in front. And the Saints go to the left side, kept in at first, but then thrown down the ice by the Capitals. Lafdone has to rush back. Cover is bearing in on him. Saints in the final minute of the period and the third period. Down 3, empty net, power play over in 5 seconds. Ekman rolls into the zone, left wing, turns to the high slot. Besnier all the way up top, fires, saved by Cry, and it's turned back up top. Power play over. Saints keep in. The pass across ice from Frank was intended for Ekman, but he was headed to the bench. Saints still take back over, move in. 35 seconds left. Merrill cutting to the circle, far wall. Saints up top, empty net, 6-on-5. Besnier to the dot, he'll shoot in front, stuffed just wide by Fleece on the hammer attempt. It's on the right half wall, 20 seconds left. Saints down 3, Aaron upended. That will be another penalty on the Caps, but there's only 18.3 seconds. It's tied up. Capitals take to the wall, and Buckberger all the way down the ice, just wide of the empty net. With 10 seconds left, Besnier goes back for it, and he starts the Saints ahead. Final rush of the game. Saints down 5-2 into the zone. Barron cuts to the right circle, turns in front, hammered wide, and the horn sounds. The Saints couldn't get the final shot away, and it's a 5-2 Madison Capitals victory this afternoon. Fighting Saints lose back-to-back after taking the weekend opener in this 3-game weekend, and they fall 5-2 today. We'll come back after this post-game show to wrap up this game for you, and then we'll say so long. The Fighting Saints fall this afternoon 5-2 on the road.